Some of the most exciting plays in NFL football are heavy hits and deep touchdown passes. Those are some plays that would probably never happen if not for careful game planning and an understanding of the game. So this week on Pro Football Weekly's Top 5s, we count down the top 5 smartest players in the NFL.
You always hear about it. You know, Tom Brady has to keep an eye on Ed Reed at all times, always has to know where he is before the play.
And just all the cat and mouse games that he's won with really good quarterbacks really, illustrate his smarts on the football field.
He's always in the right position. He seldom makes mental mistakes.
You just don't accidentally show up on the scene at the right time, year after year, game after game.
He's a film freak. He's in there 24/7. Analyzing his opposition for the next week.
The film study, the commitment to learning the game, it's been very evident for him over the years.
Well, he does a great job game planning, and he makes a difference in the game.
And he's a playmaker back there. You make a mistake, he capitalizes on it.
I think he's just so good at reading quarterback size. It's so good at just smelling out plays.
He's, to me, the most instinctive defensive football player in the National Football League.
You know, people marvel at what he can still do physically at the age of 37, soon to be 38. But at that point, it's not all physical.
It's because of his football reflexes, the way he sees the game, the way he prepares for the game.
Ray Lewis's work ethic is legendary in a league that's filled with hard workers.
What makes him so great at this point is the anticipation, the instincts. He knows where he has to be on the football field.
He gets his teammates in the right place, and he is always in the right place at the right time.
He always knows what to expect from his opponent.
He plays a big role in getting everybody lined up, shuffling defensive linemen into different gaps, sniffing out plays.
Another guy, like his teammate Ed Reed, that quarterbacks just have to know where he is at all times.
I actually had him a spot higher. I think I had him number 3. He is definitely one of the smartest guys in the league.
He's just one of those guys that makes up for what some would consider maybe athletic deficiencies by just knowing more than the other team does.
He's pushing 6-0, and he doesn't have the most powerful arm yet. He's throwing for over 5,000 yards.
You can't set the all-time passing record in the NFL, at least in terms of yardage, without always knowing where everybody is on the field.
He knows how to line up that offense. He knows it inside and out. He knows what makes it work.
He always finds the hot read. He always hits his receivers in stride.
He knows where to go with the ball, and he feels pressure very well in the pocket.
He just has great anticipation in the pocket. He's got that lightning release.
His precision passing, making defenses crazy because they just don't know how to stop him.
Brees is one of those guys who runs one of the most voluminous systems out there, pages upon pages.
And what Brees has been able to do since he's come to New Orleans has been nothing short of amazing. I think it speaks to his football intelligence.
Well, he's probably one of the least physically gifted quarterbacks who's at such a high level.
What Tom Brady does better than any quarterback in the NFL is diagnose defenses and identify the proper matchups.
So much of his game is about being one step mentally ahead of his opponents.
He puts his teammates in the best positions to get yards, and he picks apart defenses.
The deception, having Bill Belichick as your head coach, constantly being challenged by him.
Tom Brady is on the list, I think, obviously because of his accomplishments, but also because he's done it running arguably the most complex offense of the guys that we've considered here.
The reason why you can have a high standard for that offense is because you've got a guy like Tom Brady playing behind center.
Nobody has the variables, the number of different options that Brady has.
And he seems to do it with a revolving cast of characters year in and year out.
You give him different wide receivers, different offensive linemen, different running backs, and he continues to produce.
If he knows where to go with the ball, if Ed Reed's sitting over the top, he knows not to throw it that way.
Well, I think that's where his intelligence comes through, is knowing that, okay, they're looking for me to throw on the backside, I'm going to go to the front side.
And he just makes defenses look silly because he's so smart at picking them apart.
Well, you tell me, did anybody not have him number 1 on their list?
In my lifetime, I've never seen a quarterback do more before the snap than Peyton Manning.
It just always seemed like when he would check to a play, it would result in an open receiver 12, 13 yards down the field.
It's all about precision. It's all about matchups, all about knowing what the defense gives you.
If you could take the best offensive coordinator in football, say Marty Mornhinweg from Philadelphia, or you can have Peyton Manning, I think most NFL GMs would say, give me Peyton Manning, he's that good.
It's because he's a coach on the football field.
He prepares like a coach, he studies the game like a coach.
And he is calling his own plays 90% of the time.
He can survive without a coordinator by his side.
He's obviously running his own offense, his own game plan.
He's given more freedom and autonomy to make calls and audibles at the line of scrimmage than any other quarterback in the NFL.
I don't know if an offense became more the property of a quarterback than what we saw in Indianapolis.
It just really knows it all, and it is just what makes him so intelligent, so smart, and what makes him, continually at the age of 36, such a, hot commodity and great NFL player.
It was a quarterback-heavy list this week, but with the intelligence exhibited by Brees, Brady, and Manning, why shouldn't it be? If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to let us know who you think is the smartest quarterback in the NFL in our comments section. And as always, for a new Top 5s every week, keep checking back to ProFootballWeekly.com.